So, Minister of Defense, dead. Head of the Supreme Military, dead. Advisor to the Supreme Leader, dead. Commander of the Revolutionary Guard, dead. And Chairman of SP&D, dead. Former Chairman, dead. The head of the Intel, dead. That's it. They're all dead.
Yes, Sandra.
What happened today?
Yes, Sandra, we just got this in literally 2 minutes ago, but Fox News can confirm that Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead following Israeli strikes against his compound.
One dictator less. Oh my god. Why, God? Why? Yeah, who cares about a dictator? Look, you can be on the left, be on the right, but a guy who kills his own citizens don't deserve more. That is good. So, one dictator less. Good for all.
Pound and location earlier today. A senior Israeli official confirming this news. Earlier tonight, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu describing the strikes not only against the supreme leader, but against much of the Iranian leadership. We know the breakdown in strikes focused on leadership for the Israelis and military targets initially for the Americans, and has since expanded as this campaign is expected to continue in the days and possibly even weeks ahead. As we're looking at the current situation across the region, we're also gathering new information on what the Israelis have been doing against Iran. We are told from a military official that the largest Israeli Air Force sortie against any country in the world was conducted this morning with 200 Israeli fighter jets targeting 500 different locations, dropped hundreds of munitions on a variety of different targets inside of Iran. The Israelis, while they were going after...
Kill the Ayatollah, it was promised 3,000 years ago, guys. Come on.
Leadership were also looking to neutralize the incoming ballistic missile fire that has targeted their country throughout the day. Sirens sounded across Israel throughout the afternoon, sending millions of people into bomb shelters. But again, the takeaway here, the Israelis have killed Iran's supreme leader. That is being confirmed to Fox News by a senior Israeli official. John, Sandra?
Okay, so Trey, you're obviously breaking that news for us just now. We'll be looking for reaction.
Well, I think Iran is using probably the same technology as Venezuela from the last century, so I don't think it was too hard to kill them, but cool. At least one dictator less is good for the people. I hope they can fix their democracy and get a good guy in power.
Obviously on the ground in Iran and all over the Middle East region.
Absolutely. This is a major blow to the Iranian regime. Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, was not a figurehead. He was the man in charge of decisions as it relates to Iran's nuclear program, their expanding ballistic missile program, the hardline positions that made it impossible for the Americans to reach a diplomatic solution with the Iranians. And that led to a variety of conversations behind the scenes. And I can also report, having just gotten off of a background call with a U.S. official, that there were attempts.
Well, what happened there now? Israel won the land? Was promised 3,000 years ago, something like that? I don't know. Well, if the Mossad had all the things on U.S. leaders, so it's easy to say, hey, you say, bring the guns.
Made by the Trump administration, really olive branches given to the Iranians at the negotiating table, asking them to find a solution on the nuclear issue. These other issues, their ballistic missile program, their support of regional proxies, and even the crackdown on protesters, the Trump administration initially was willing to ignore those issues in order to get an agreement together on the nuclear program. And they simply were not willing to come to the table with reasonable demands. And despite the efforts...
For being a dictator, that are really, really retarded, isn't it? they have technology from the last century, and they really think they can they can defeat the USA? Really? Come on, man. If I was in the position of Ayatola or the Maduro guy, I just make a deal and retire far away. Who cares? Come on, man. Are you retarded?
By top negotiators that were sent to Oman and to Switzerland, whether it be Special Envoy Steve Witkoff or President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, who we know have been working across the region around the clock over the past year, not just on this issue, but also to get a ceasefire in Gaza and implement the new Board of Peace to create stability in the region. The understanding was that the Iranian regime and the supreme leader himself, these were the last hurdles for the region between stability and instability. And this decision was made overnight by President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to launch these.
But Israel just killing Palestinians just because they want to do it. So it's not like, hey, what are we going to do here? The guy is just killing people.
Extensive strikes across Iran in order to neutralize that threat. President Trump overnight, when he made those remarks, said there could be American casualties. This is going to be a difficult fight because no war is easy, despite the fact that by tomorrow the Israelis believe they will have air superiority.
Well, at least there are 2 dictators less 2026. So, all good. Good for the USA, 2 wins in a row. Awesome. Good for you guys.